Hey guys, welcome to Denny's. Today, I'm going to be going over what I believe are the first 5 Descendants anyone should farm for as soon as they are ready to start the real endgame grind. More specifically, I'll be going into each Descendant and exactly why I believe they are worth obtaining before any of the other Descendants. I kind of want this video to serve as a long-term guide so that over time this will be true and continue to be true throughout the life cycle of the first Descendant. So do note, some of these Descendants a lot of you may already have for this reason, but stay tuned because I'm sure you'll want to see every single one. And before we get into it, remember to give the video a like if I helped you in any way. Comment any constructive criticism or feedback you have for me in the comments below, as that means the most to me right now. And subscribe if you feel that I have earned it. If not, next time I will, so stick around and stay posted. And lastly, guys, I'm live on Twitch every single day, so follow me there. The link is in the description. It has been an absolute blast hanging out with you guys and chatting with everyone. And without further ado, let's hop right into the video. Remember to use timestamps and video chapters as ever. We're going to do these guys in no particular order, as all these Descendants are must-haves in my opinion. So starting off with number 5 on the list, we are going to be starting with Freyna. Now you may say, Denny's, Freyna takes way too much activators, way too many catalysts invested in her to actually start mattering. And yes, I would agree as far as bossing and doing damage and whatnot. You know, she does take a bit more than the average Descendant. But the real reasons you want to farm Freyna are as follows. So 1, she's the only toxic Descendant in the game. So you're handicapping yourself as far as farming inorganic void shards if you do not have her. The amount of inorganic void shards you get from the toxic void missions are 5 times what you get from any other void missions in the game. So reason number 2, she is not nearly as hard to farm for as most of the other Descendants in the game, with all of her pieces being a 20% drop chance from mission completions instead of blueprints and patterns. And Freyna also just received a very nice range buff recently, making her that much more efficient as far as doing those quick toxic void missions. And all around, Freyna's abilities are just super satisfying to use in my opinion. Anything that leaves a giant damage over time pool effect on the ground is super satisfying. In conclusion, though, obtaining Freyna will net you a much more efficient way to farm some very important endgame materials for farming other Descendants, and importantly, ultimate weapons that are available in the game from unboxing the amorphous patterns that come from those pesky Void Reactor bosses. We're going to follow Freyna up with the next Descendant I think all of you should farm for, and that's going to be Lepic. The reason I'm putting Lepic on this list, guys, simply just because he is the bosser of choice for going in and just absolutely one-shotting bosses for any amorphous patterns you obtain while you're farming obviously dungeons and whatnot to get those patterns. Having a solid gameplay loop of both farming the amorphous pattern you need, followed by decimating any boss for the unboxing of said amorphous pattern. And Lepic does this best in my opinion. With little investment, you can take a non-ultimate Lepic and cut your solo bossing time easily in half, if not more. If you guys want a first-hand look at this, you can check out my video on a budget bosser guide on screen now. It depicts Lepic with 3 catalysts invested and shows how well he can destroy bosses with just those 3 catalysts invested. Overall, reason Lepic is on the list is just simply because he's an absolutely mega bosser and makes your life that much easier as far as bossing. We all know that bossing can be kind of a pain when you're starting out the game. I did also want to mention that Lepic is not only good for bossing, but he is the best organic shard farmer in the entire game, and you can tell. You can actually take a look at my previous video I did on organic shard farming. You can see just how quick he can farm these guys. So just another reason to add to that. I wanted to throw that in there before I forgot. And on to Descendant number 3. The Descendant of choice for this slot is going to be Sharon, guys. Now, I know the video is in no particular order, but Sharon is absolutely one of, if not the most important Descendants to obtain early. And the simple reason for this is just the fact that she is literally needed to obtain a ton of the ultimate weapons as well as ultimate and even regular Descendants in the game. And this is because of how the outpost infiltration works in the game. If you guys need a rundown on that, you can check out my outpost infiltration guide on my channel. But more or less, Sharon is the only Descendant in the game who can accomplish these outpost infiltrations, and there are certain amorphous patterns that only drop from completing these infiltrations. So simply put, this is the reason Sharon is on the list and why I think everyone watching should absolutely obtain Sharon ASAP if they are looking to continue farming a lot of the endgame weapons and Descendants. And then next up, we've got the penultimate Descendant of choice here, and I'm going to go with Enzo. Now, Enzo is not only a fantastic Descendant to have for group content, as he massively buffs weapon damage and can dish out some absurd damage in his own right, but he has a hidden mechanic that you need to know about. And again, most of you might already know about this, but I'm going to go over it. So Enzo's passive, as we can see here, states efficiency increases when Enzo disarms the security of an encrypted vault, and rewards increase when this happens. Now, how is this important? Well, there is a material from every single zone in the game that you can only obtain from these encrypted vaults, and they can be a pain to open up sometimes, especially the purple ones, as they're kind of like a theme park mini game that tries to steal your money to win some kind of enlarged teddy bear. But with Enzo, you're winning the teddy bear 10 out of 10 times. He slows down the mini game and he creates a bigger slice of pie for you to click on to farm these specific materials. And guys, again, these materials are used in a lot of the Descendant and weapon crafting in the game, so it's always a good idea to be farming for them. And with Enzo, the rewards are also increased, so it is easily the fastest Kuiper shard farming in the game on top of that. All in all, the reason Enzo is on the list is simply due to the fact that he has a hidden mechanic that increases very important material gain and it makes them significantly easier to accomplish. And lastly, but most definitely not least, I'm going to pick Viessa for this last slot. Now, the reason for this is simply because, once again, similar to Freyna, Viessa is currently the only chill Descendant in the game. Now, there is a bit more to it than just that, but due to this reason, she is the only person who can efficiently farm the chill void fragment missions in the game for those pesky polymer void shards. Now, obviously, you can use Lepic to farm the fire ones for the polymers, but the chill ones provide a pretty decent boost and are a little bit faster to complete these guys. So I would say definitely want to go for Viessa for these. Now, to add to this, though, she is not only just the only chill Descendant in the game, but she's also one of the best farmers in the game, hands down. So partner with the fact that her ability gives her a nice speed boost and does significant AoE damage. She's got a couple builds that have already been considered S tier among the community, amongst the farming builds in the game. So yeah, obviously keep that in mind. Viessa also has some very nice cosmetics in the shop. Not the best in the shop, but if you want to take a look at the summer. Anyway, we'll get past that. All in all, the biggest reason for her being on the list and being last is just flat out because she is a fantastic farmer, among the top in the game. And a smaller reason is just because she's the only chill Descendant in the game, which I'm sure will change with a bit more time. Now, I wanted to take some time to go into some of the honorable mentions. So first up, we've obviously got Bunny. The reason she's not on the list is because how easy she is to obtain right as you start the game. Just follow the Bunny side quest and you'll have her in no time. And then next up, I wanted to throw in Valby, because simply put, Valby is just the best non-tribute farmer in the game. She's extremely fun to play. How her kit works, it's just really, really fun. But guys, if I didn't mention your favorite Descendant or any Descendants you think should be on the list, do not fret. These are just what I think will help the most in your early game experience of the first Descendant. And I plan to release a top 5 video for some of the best endgame Descendants and most powerful Descendants you can farm for soon enough. So definitely stay posted to the channel. But other than that, guys, that's been the video. I appreciate anyone who made it this far. It is mega rare, and it helps me a ton. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and enjoy the first Descendant. I'm out of here. Peace out. Goodbye.